Hello on Swishing the Nets, Sri Lanka's first ever basketball talk show. Today it's only me, Abad Ahmed. My friend is missing, but nevertheless coming up on the show, he will make sure that he brings all the NBA updates to you. And first and foremost, I need to apologize all our viewers for not being able to bring the segment to you for 3 weeks due to unavoidable circumstances. And of course, Niroshini Paiva and Shamat Dhanamansa were supposed to be joining in the segment today with me, but unfortunately they had to move out for another work-related matter. But next week coming, we'll promise you for sure that they will be joining with us and talking about the national pool and everything. We've got some interesting stuff lined up for the segment today. Of course, we're going to talk about the local basketball, the 3x3 qualifiers that happened for the upcoming Asian Championship, the Under-18 Championship, the World Cup. And after so long, Sri Lanka Basketball Federation has made arrangements to select a national pool. So we'll talk about the national pool. We also had a comment regarding who are the players included in the national pool. We've finally received all of it. So we will reveal it to you during the program, inviting you to stay tuned with us. It's Swishing the Nets, ladies and gentlemen, Sri Lanka's first ever basketball talk show. Let's first get into local basketball. 3x3 qualifiers happened a couple of weeks back at Gateway College, Rajagiri. The first leg happened for the upcoming Asian Championship. 35 boys teams and 11 girls teams participated in these qualifiers. It happened in 2 legs, first leg and the second leg. And then Lyceum Wattala won the first leg and Royal College won the second leg. And it was quite hard to rather choose a winner because 2 different schools won from each leg. So the selectors, the organizers went back checking the head-to-head winning average and how many points each of these teams scored during their respective matches in the first and the second leg. And in consideration with those, Royal College emerged and won the title of these selection matches. But Royal College is not the team that is going to be chosen as the national team. Selectors were there. They were there throughout the selection process, and they will go through and select a pool for the 3x3 World Cup, the Asian Cup and all the tournaments that is upcoming. And from that pool only, a team of 3 or rather 4 players will be selected, and they will represent the country at the World Cup and the Asian Cup stage. That is how the 3x3 qualifiers did happen. And of course, another 3x3 set of 3x3 qualifiers are going to happen during the upcoming weeks. That is this weekend, the week after next, and the week after next as well, because there's the World Cup, the Open Men's category, and then there's the Asian Cup and the Under-18 category to select as well. So a lot of selections is happening in the local basketball scene these days. So that's all about the 3x3. But interestingly, the Under-15 South Zonal Basketball Championship happened as well. The consolation final between Presbyterian Girls School and the Lyceum International School Nugegoda had to be halted due to bad weather conditions. But the game was awarded to girls from Nugegoda as the coaches discussed and came to decision to move forward with the award ceremony, because Nugegoda was leading this game 30 points to 6 at halftime, and both the coaches did decide that even though you play the game, Nugegoda Lyceum International School Nugegoda will win the game. So the game was awarded for them. But the final match, St. Joseph's College Nugegoda girls team beat St. Lawrence's Convent 30 points to 6. That's how the final of the Under-15 South Zone Basketball Championship ended. St. Joseph's College won it 30 points to 6. With that, wrapping up the local basketball scene, we'll move on to NBA. Ahmedabad bringing you the NBA updates for the week.
Over in the NBA, the biggest talking point has been the Cleveland Cavaliers' struggle to retain the number 1 spot in the Eastern Conference, as they have lost 5 out of their last 10 games, going on quite a losing streak following their dismal performance in January. Closing behind them very, very strongly are teams Boston Celtics with 48 wins, 26 losses, Washington Wizards with 45 wins, 28 losses, and the Toronto Raptors with 44 wins and 29 losses. Now they are at a maximum of 3.5 games behind Cleveland Cavaliers, and if the defending champs do not get their rhythm back, they're going to be in a lot of trouble going into the playoffs. The Golden State Warriors, on the other hand, have been very impressive, going on a 7-game winning streak in the recent past and leading the Western Conference 59 wins to 14 losses to have a comfortable 2.5 games advantage over the second spot San Antonio Spurs, and this is in spite of the fact they're missing Kevin Durant, the superstar who has been out with a knee injury. Now Kevin Durant is set to return before the playoffs, and the Golden State Warriors will definitely be a force to reckon come playoffs. And finally, with the NBA season coming to a close, the MVP race has been another point of discussion, with LeBron James, James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Kawhi Leonard and Isaiah Thomas being the leading candidates. Let us know who you think is going to be the MVP for the years 2016 and 17 in the comment section below.
Thank you, Abbad, for bringing us the NBA updates, even though you're physically not present here with me, and hopefully he will be joining with us in the upcoming weeks as well. All right, so coming back to the local basketball scene, we did promise you that we are going to rather tell you who are the players that are included in this national pool that was selected by the Sri Lanka Basketball Federation after the 51st Senior Nationals. And it's a very, very commendable fact that after so long and selecting different group of players for different tours throughout the past years, they've finally made arrangements that they're going to go with a 36-member pool, and out of these 36 players, they will select players and they will be injecting more players in this pool, and this pool will be acting as the national pool, and then from this pool they will select the best 15 or the best 12 to represent the country for the forthcoming years. That is actually a very commendable fact. So there was a few comments as well on the first segment asking who are the players who are included in this national pool as well. So let's take a look at these players who are selected for the national pool after that was announced by the National Selection Committee after the 51st Senior National Basketball Championship. It starts off with Chamat Dhanavansa, Sudesh Ahmed, Amila Ratnayaka, Danuka Mutukuda Arachi, Tharindu Rupasinghe, Ravi Dodangoda, Ignatius Anthony Venito, Gavi Kure Vijayavarna Surya, Osunda Umayanga Amarasena, Greshan Anthony, Randima Suryarachi, Isuru Pereira, Mithila Abesekara, Terence Neidroff, Kasun Uyangoda, Timothy Nitushan, Clinton Stallone, Roshan Fernando, Tushan Dharmasena, Gayan De Cruz, Rachita Hettiarachi, Shivanga Fernando, Nipun Ekanayaka, Arnold Brent Thevakumar, Roshan Pereira, KGNL Kirialla, Asanka Mahesh Rajakaruna, Buddhi Yasas, Lahiru Pereira, Sujiva Sampat Vijayvira, Krishan Chamara, V.E. Venujan, Prageet Pushpakumara, Asanka Suarez, Pavan Gamage, and the final man who's filling in the 36th slot of the national pool, Sriyanta Pereira from Sri Lanka Army Sports Club. So those are the 36 players who are included in this national pool that was announced by the Sri Lanka National Basketball Selection Committee after the 51st Senior National Basketball Championship. That's the men's national pool, ladies and gentlemen. We are yet to receive the women's national pool, and as soon as we receive it, probably hopefully in the next week's segment, we can discuss in detail men's pool and the women's pool together with Niroshini Paiva and Chamat Dhanavansa. And of course, there were a few comments in the last week's, the episode 2, saying that thanking for the talk show and saying that we should maybe drag this more than 12 minutes, but fortunately, got to say that it's quite not possible. But thank you very much for the comments as well, and thank you very much for watching with us. And reminding you, the national pool, after so long, it is selected. So we invite you to comment below, tell us your suggestions about it, tell us your criticisms about the Sri Lanka national pool, and of course, as a sport, the basketball as a sport, tell us your suggestions and criticisms below. So we will make sure that we direct them to the respective authorities and bring answers back. And we are telling you that Swishing the Nets will be always available every week, and was only not available for the past 3 weeks due to unavoidable circumstances. Say sorry again We're inviting you to join with us once again next week. Chama Dhanavans and Swishing The will be available to discuss in detail the men's national pool and the women's national pool. So until next week, keep sharing the passion together with us.